Aloha everyone and welcome to Skincare with Hyram. If you don't know who I am, my name is Hyram and I'm passionate about teaching you how to perfect your skincare routine. So make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so that you can see my videos every single week. Today we're going to talk about body acne, body breakouts, body yada 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 yada, body crazy, a little too curvy, unhealthy. Where am I going with this? In today's video, I'm going to be giving my recommendations for how to get rid of body acne. Now, before I even get into this, I want to say that body acne has been a very dear, personal, and close struggle of mine. I struggled with face breakouts and acne when I was a teenager in the past, and that's something I've really been able to get rid of, but body. Okay, I need to stop quoting Megan Thee Stallion. Said no one ever. Body acne is something that has kind of been a consistent struggle with me, and I've seen how many of you guys have requested me to make videos about body acne, and I always felt a little bit hesitant because I was like, you know what, this is kind of an ongoing struggle for me, and I'm not sure if I'm at a point where I can like clearly give recommendations that'll be able to totally help with it. But I was thinking to myself, Hyram, skincare isn't about perfection, it's about sharing the journey, and boy have I had a journey. I do struggle with body acne, specifically across my shoulders, my thighs, and sometimes my booty. And while it has been an ongoing struggle, I have found some things that have been really helpful, and I want to share them with you in case you're also struggling with it. I did come to a point where I wasn't really comfortable like taking my shirt off in public, and I would get a little bit insecure, and I still struggle with that from time to time thanks to body dysmorphia, baby. Woo! But I noticed that my body acne was really starting to affect my confidence, and if there's one thing I love about skincare, it can really help to improve your self-confidence and really give you that opportunity to focus on taking care of yourself, focus on your skin's health, and get to a point where you're really satisfied. And I found some things that have really worked for me, and I want to share them with you guys. I'm going to be talking about lifestyle changes, products that have been able to help me, and even some recommendations I've gotten from dermatologists, and a little bit more, so let's get into it. So when it comes to body acne, it can be really difficult to treat because there's so many different reasons why it could be happening in the first place. It could be because you're just more prone to having acne on your body. It could be because you're just more prone to having acne on your body, your lifestyle, the type of clothing you wear, and the body skin can be extra tricky because it's a lot more resilient than the face. So typically taking care of your body can be a little bit more work than taking care of your face because the face is pretty receptive to a lot of products, especially if you've already been using skincare for a while. But when it comes to the body, it's a gamble. And body care isn't really as normalized as face care, which is why it's important that we talk about it. Because I know it can be a big, insecurity for a lot of people, myself included. And we all deserve to feel secure in our bodies. So first I want to talk about lifestyle because that can be a big, if not the primary contributor to why body acne is occurring. Our bodies go through a lot every single day. And even if you're using the best products possible, if your lifestyle is contributing to the body acne in the first place, products aren't really going to help with it. And that was the main thing for me that I noticed when it came to actually taking care of my body's skin. Now, I've struggled with body acne for a few years now, and there's a few lifestyle changes I've noticed that have made a really big impact in me actually being able to clear my skin and keep those breakouts at bay. But the main thing when it comes to taking care of your body is that you have to be consistent. It's just like taking care of your face. If you're not taking daily actions to prevent the acne from occurring, it's going to stick around for a while. Unfortunately, it's like the toxic ex you can't shake. Get the hints! The first thing that really helped with me and that I've noticed has helped with so many people is if you're someone who works out and you have clothes that get sweaty, you need to remove those clothes immediately after working out. When we sweat, a lot of it seeps into our clothing, and if we keep that clothing on ourselves for a long period of time, it creates this magical concoction of bacteria that is only going to make your acne and breakouts worse. I noticed for myself and for a lot of other people that if you keep your clothes on that you work out in for a while after working out, that can be a huge contributor to breakouts all over your body. And I noticed a significant improvement in my skin when right after working out, I immediately took off my clothes and I showered. And I recommend that for everyone, whether you work out at home or you work out at the gym. It is great to get those clothes peeled off your body. Okay, I haven't had action in a while. Whether you work out at home or at the gym, right after you're done, you need to strip, baby, strip. Get those clothes off your body, shower, and make sure you don't re-wear them unless you have washed and cleaned them. This will help to minimize the amount of time your skin is exposed to that sweat and bacteria on that clothing, and make sure that your clothing isn't trapping in those problems. And I've talked to some people who do keep their clothes on for a while after working out. Honestly, I just recommend try to make a shift and shower immediately after because it's not only going to help to make sure that your skin is at its best health, your friends are going to thank you for it. Because you stank. If they're not going to tell you, I'm that good friend. Make sure you shower and cleanse your skin right after. In addition, be conscious about what clothing you wear to bed, because it's really common for our bodies to, sweat overnight and go through its natural process of getting stuff out of our skin. And if you're wearing the same clothing, or you're wearing clothing that's really hot, it can actually make it worse, because you're going to have a whole 8 hours that your skin is exposed to that sweaty clothing. In line with this, be conscious about changing your sheets out frequently, because our sheets can often be receptive to a lot of the sweat that we naturally produce overnight. And if you're not cleansing your sheets regularly, you can be re-exposing your skin to all that bacteria. And this is something that I am kind of bad at, because I don't like switching out my sheets like every single night. But if you do want to make some drastic improvements and curb that risk altogether, I do recommend switching out your sheets regularly. In line with this, make sure you're switching out your towels regularly, because towels can be just a bathhouse for bacteria. And if you're constantly re-exposing your skin to those dirty towels, you're not exactly giving your skin a fighting chance. Now, there was another thing that I didn't realize was directly contributing to my breakouts until I watched a video by dermatologist Dr. Mona Gohara. I think that's how you pronounce her name. I'll have it linked down below, but she talked about the challenges of wearing athleisure clothing and how it can contribute to breakouts all over the body. And that came for me, because I am the king of wearing athleisure clothing, particularly athleisure underwear, which is super comfortable because it really adheres to the skin and just makes your daily activities so much more enjoyable. But athleisure clothing can contribute to body breakouts. The reason why is not only because of the materials that a lot of athleisure clothing uses, but also just because it's so tight against your skin. And if your body's naturally producing sweat, it kind of traps it in and doesn't really give your body room to breathe. And a lot of people, myself included, did not realize that this can be a contributor to body acne. I noticed an improvement, particularly around my thighs and butt, when I wore more loose-fitting underwear, or just more breathable underwear in general. And this was the biggest sacrifice I had to make, because I love my athleisure underwear, but this is sometimes a contributor, and particularly for me, it is a big one. Not only because it can trap in that sweat, but a big reason why we sometimes experience body acne is because of inflamed hair follicles. I'm someone who regularly shaves my body, and when my hair is trying to grow back in, when I'm wearing that athleisure underwear, it can really easily inflame those hair follicles. And that's one of those things where I said, even if you are using a bunch of the best products like the ones I'm about to recommend, if your body acne is because of those inflamed hair follicles, a lot of times these body acne products aren't really going to be effective. So if you can, try switching out that athleisure clothing for something a little bit more breathable. It has made a big impact in my skin specifically. And then finally, for lifestyle, while yes, it is important that you're showering and you're cleansing your body, you want to make sure that you're not cleansing your body too much. It's never a good idea to be showering. I recommend any more than twice per day, because it can really impede the body's moisture barrier, and it is important that your body is taking care of itself and producing the natural oils that are important and making sure that it's healthy. And if you're constantly cleansing and really stripping the body of any of its moisture, it can lead to problems. We've seen this in the face a lot when you're over cleansing your moisture barrier, and it ends up contributing to breakouts rather than getting rid of them. And you want to make sure that you're not doing this for the body as well. Now that we got lifestyle out of the way, let's get into product recommendations, because these are some products that I have noticed really help. Now, first, for cleansing, I recommend using a cleanser that has active ingredients to be able to help with body acne. And the first and primary recommendation that I have is to use one that has benzoyl peroxide. Benzoyl peroxide is an amazing ingredient that dermatologists are always recommending in order to help with acne, because of its ability to not only treat the acne, but also prevent the bacteria that causes acne in the first place. And benzoyl peroxide isn't an enjoyable ingredient to use in a leave-on product, because it can stain your sheets and your clothing. But in a cleanser, it's really nice because you're able to leave it on your skin long enough to get the treatment abilities without having to worry about those negative side effects. And there's two primary ones that I like using. First is the Panoxyl benzoyl peroxide cleanser. This is one that I see dermatologists recommending all the time, and I love this one. It's really affordable. It's a great option for being able to help with that, and there's two different strengths that you can use. Mine is upstairs in my shower, and if you think that I am proactive enough to go get it just to show in the video, you'd be wrong, bitch. I'm too lazy to go out there. This is a great one, and with any benzoyl peroxide cleanser, you want to make sure that you leave it on your skin for at least a minute. I've seen dermatologists recommend 5 minutes, which is a long time to just be standing there naked in the shower with cleanser on your body. So I recommend leaving it on your skin for a minute and then rinsing it off. You can use it every single day, and it's a great way to be able to help it. I also recommend the Cerave Acne Foaming Cleanser. This is also a great one as well, particularly if you want a little bit more of a gentle experience. This one is really nice, but either one works, and if you are struggling with body acne, I highly recommend using a benzoyl peroxide cleanser. It's a big one to be able to help with that. Oh, by the way, all the products I'm talking about are listed in the description box below. If you do want to support me and my channel, feel free to use those links. They are affiliate links, but no pressure whatsoever. They're just there as always. Feel free to use them if you want to or not. Not a big deal. Now, there are body serums and lotions and moisturizers that you can use. I will admit, it. Because I am in humid Hawaii, I really usually don't like using body creams or lotions because of how heavy they can be on the skin, and I'll likely just sweat a lot more, which is why I actually prefer using a body spray. Body sprays are great because they're very lightweight on the skin, super easy to apply. Now for a body spray, I personally recommend using salicylic acid because it's an amazing ingredient to be able to help with acne. It works really well alongside benzoyl peroxide, but unlike benzoyl peroxide, it doesn't have the side effects of like staining or bleaching clothing. The two I personally like are the Bliss Clear Genius Acne Body Spray. This has 2% salicylic acid and is really lightweight. It has a nice mister on the top that makes sure you're able to apply it anywhere in your body. It's super lightweight, does not feel heavy or greasy on the skin, and this is my favorite body spray I've personally used so far. I also really like the Versed Backup Plan Body Spray. This also has 2% salicylic acid, great for the body. Both of these have witch hazel in them, which witch hazel on its own I'm not super big fan of on the face, but the body is a lot more resilient than the face, and with the witch hazel water that they use, it's not a very strong concentration. And being that the body typically does produce a lot of sebum, it can be helpful, but honestly, I recommend both of these ones. They're great for a lightweight treatment experience to be able to get that salicylic acid experience, and I've been able to spray both of these pretty generously on my body without noticing any heaviness or any greasiness. As soon as I discovered body sprays, I was like, whoo, I am never looking back. This is a great experience. But if you're someone who wants to take it up to the next level of exfoliation, I do recommend using a stronger exfoliant. These ones are great because they utilize salicylic acid, but if you're someone who really wants to focus on exfoliating the body, particularly if you struggle with ingrown hairs like I do, that is my biggest struggle and one of the big contributors to why I do struggle with body acne, I do recommend using products that have AHAs in them. Now, my favorite one to use on my own body is actually from my own brand, the Selfless by Hyram Mandelic Acid and Rice Bran Gentle Exfoliating Serum. The reason I love this one is because it has gentle AHAs alongside salicylic acid as well to give this well-rounded exfoliation benefit to the skin. It's super lightweight, and the reason why I like using this one is that you don't have to use very much at all. It spreads really well. You don't have to apply it generously, and I really like using this one on the areas where I notice my skin is really sensitive to ingrown hairs. Using a really strong AHA can be pretty overwhelming, so if you do struggle with like sensitive body areas or ingrown hairs, I highly recommend this one. And then if you're someone who wants a more traditional AHA experience, the Inkey Glycolic Acid Toner is a great one to use as well if you are wanting that glycolic acid ability. Now, I will let you know that glycolic acid can be pretty strong, so be careful about putting this on like really sensitive parts of your body, like say your butt or genital area, but it's a great option if you're wanting to utilize glycolic acid. And then if you're noticing that your body acne is really resilient and doesn't go away, I do recommend using Adapalene. You can find it in the product Differin. It is a prescription grade retinoid that is now in the USA actually approved for over-the-counter use, which means you're getting like dermatology grade prescription skincare without having to go to a dermatologist, which is a really affordable option. This one is very strong, so be careful about using it really frequently. I recommend using it once a week at most to start, and then work your way up from there. Retinoids are an amazing option for getting rid of body acne, but you always want to be careful, of course, because retinoids can be very, very strong on the skin. And then finally, if nothing is getting rid of your body acne and you've made all the lifestyle changes and you're trying all these products and nothing is working, I do recommend going to a dermatologist because a lot of body acne can only be resolved through prescription grade skincare that you can get from a dermatologist. It's frustrating, but it is the reality. Sometimes our body is really difficult to treat when it comes to getting rid of acne, and going to a dermatologist and getting prescription can be really, really helpful with that. And yeah, those are all my recommendations. These are the ones that have really, really helped me in my journey. And of course, it is a journey. It is always something that I struggle with and I always have to keep at bay, but I've really noticed that all of these strategies have helped a lot in me battling my own body acne. And the most important thing, like I said before, you have to be consistent. Consistency is the most important thing. If you're not taking daily actions to really preventing body acne, it's going to continue to show up. So make sure that you're doing this every single day. It can be easy to forget to do it every day because it's your body, it's not your face, but you have to think of it in the exact same way. And utilizing these strategies are really, really going to help. What do you guys think? Do you have any recommendations or things that have worked for you? Please let me know in the comment section down below. And like I said before, all the products that I talked about in today's video will be listed in the description box. I hope these are able to help you in the way that they've helped me. Let me know if you guys do want me to make more videos about body care or body acne. I'm happy to make more and share my journey as I'm going through it. And if you guys haven't already, be sure to subscribe to my channel and to the notification bell so that you can see my videos every single week. And I will see you guys in the next one. Mwah.